Alright guys, what's going on? Today we're back with another tutorial. Um, Today we'll be doing how to create a REST API using Node and Express.js. Today on the episode we have my friend Alex. Alex, say hi.
Hey guys, how are you doing?
And Alex, what is your experience? Alright, and what is your experience with REST APIs in the past?
Right, so I guess we'll just get into my background in general. So I went to the University of South Atlantic College down in East Wales. Right, and so so I got a degree in business finance. But after working for the financial industry for about 25 years, I decided I needed to make a change. So I went back to school at actually East Carolina University and got a PhD in advanced nanoscripting, which is a specific subset of computer science. And then from there, I guess just kind of went from one thing to the next, and I ended up being the subject matter expert on REST APIs for Microsoft, Google, Facebook, and
Wow.
I actually contracted with Apple and the NSA. I don't know how much I'm allowed to actually speak about that, but so I guess I don't know. People seem to think I know what I'm talking about, but I can't ask me. You gotta ask someone else. But yeah.
Wow. So as you guys have seen on previous episodes, we've built different types of APIs, but never a RESTful API. So that's what we're going to do today with help of Alex. What is your last name?
Jason Burke.
All right. Start building the REST API. So how am I going to start this? Get right up on it.
Right. Well, I guess before we even get into the code, it's always good, you need to understand kind of the theory of what you're doing before you just try to make something, or it just won't make any sense, right? So REST API. Well, first off, let me ask you, what is an API to you?
API. I know it stands for something. I've built them. I've helped build them at work. They do. You just type in a website and it gives you stuff back.
Right. So that I think that's I guess right. Yeah. That's exactly right. But I guess to understand kind of the history of it, so the acronym actually stands for Artful Persona Interlog, was the original name for it. That's kind of a very technical term, so I don't get into it. But now it kind of is used. People understand it as meaning application program interface. So you said that you basically just type it into or you use it to connect to a website, and it gives you stuff back. So the idea here is an API is a way of your website being able to give information back to the people that need to get information, so that you can do stuff with that information. There's a bunch of different types of APIs, but do you have any idea why they call it a REST API? What's specific about the REST?
Again, I know it stands for something. Something with resource. That's probably that REST. Resource. No.
So that's actually interesting you brought that up. A lot of people think it's an acronym, or I've heard people say it stands for Resource Engagement Static Transfer. Is one example of one I've heard, but it actually is not an acronym. It's used to refer to the actual specific type of specific or they call them active APIs, but that's really what they are. They're active APIs. They do a lot of computations. They take up a lot of energy. Extremely demanding processes, but a REST API is kind of a new way of doing things, where your computer can basically just kind of almost be asleep and still perform the computation because it's so low demand. So that's kind of where I got the idea of it's resting, it's conserving energy. So it just makes it a lot easier to do things, and you can do lightning fast transactions and etc.
Beautiful. So you want to just hop right into it then?
Let's do it.
All right, so I was gonna get the ball rolling here, and then Alex is gonna help us once we get into the more technical aspects of this. So here's like a common startup module code. Okay, so we'll just take their module from the REST API docs and then put it right in our project. Hit save. And then we can just start building it out. So basically all you're going to start with is a string. So like say we wanted a REST API called get application users. Or just get applications is fine. We'll just remember it's for the users. And then we throw in an arrow function here, and we'll return a user object. Looks like this. Say they have like an ID, and then a name. Jish is a good name. And then we'll try to run our app. Node. Okay, so how do you fix that?
So right now you're actually trying to reference the Mongoose library, which is a brilliant library. I work with some brilliant people over at the University of South Atlantic Wales College, who actually had a hand in developing this. It's just amazing, top-notch caliber, incredible people. But you actually need to install this. So if you go and open your command prompt, and then you can go and hit pip install Mongoose, and then you should be good to go. So what operating system are you running?
Linux.
I'm not familiar with it.
All right. This will work. Bop, 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 bop. All right, guys, we're back. We spent about 4 hours trying to figure out what was wrong. With Mongoose, we just decided to go with a different startup module. I found this on my friend's GitHub, create API function. I think if it works right, I haven't run it yet. If it works right, it'll connect to the database, and then we'll have created the API for this episode. Thank you guys for hanging in there. Let's see what happens here. Oh, and there it is. Okay. So yeah, I actually don't know how this code works. Questions for what else you'd like to see? Oh crap. I don't know what this file is. If you guys have any suggestions for what you'd like to see, hear, or feel in our next episode, please let us know in the comments below. Alex, thank you so much for joining us all the way from Wales, and coming all the way to the States. Yeah.
It's my absolute pleasure, Wilson. Yeah, anytime. Thank you. Also, guys, go and learn Mongoose.